Evening all, so let's play some Dust. Now, this is something that I wanted to share with you for a while now. This is actually going to be an idea. As I was running towards point D, thinking, even if I'm in a scout suit, ugh, what a long run I have to do here. I thought back to a game I'm playing currently as well that I thought maybe this is an idea. So here we go, here's some footage of that game. This is Mountain Blade Warband. And again, the only reason I'm showing you this is that I love the fact that the whole game is centered around horses, and that got me thinking, as maps get bigger, as combat evolves, surely you want to do that. Yeah, now surely that's got to be maybe a gameplay mechanic we can get in. PlanetSide 2 doesn't have anything like this. The ability maybe to have some kind of bike or hover bike, or something that really is, I mean, Return of the Jedi stuff, but it's not necessarily there for large guns. It's maybe only a scout suit can use it, maybe only you have to have a module on it that only means you can fit very light gear. That there has to be some place to this, because think about this: a scout suit with this ability to have this kind of steed that you could basically do jousting on. Maybe you can do, because in Mountain Blade you can use crossbows and archery as well on the back of the horse, which is again just as awesome. But look at that, boosh, take that, son. Now I think this is a really nice idea. I'd love to see something like this in Dust particularly, but I mean, PlanetSide 2, all of these games. I think Tribes maybe has something like this, so post in the comments if you're a Tribe fan, because I think this is maybe something that's slightly missing, because currently we're all playing on maps the size of a postage stamp, so we're all kind of tripping over each other. It's insane, frantic PvP, because all 32 of us are basically spawning a stone's throw away from one another, which is fine. But imagine what's going to happen when the maps become, epic scale. That's going to change the game, because all of a sudden you'll be like, oh wow, there's someone over there. Then you have to walk 10 minutes to get to them. So, it will be less, Halo. It will be more DayZ. So, what I was thinking is maybe a mode of conveyance that is very personalised, very specialized as well. So maybe almost, imagine this, maybe it's not even a vehicle, maybe it's an equipment slot for a particular kind of suit that only you can use to use these things. So you maybe spawn, you go to your equipment slot, and it's a great big suitcase, you drop it on the floor, then this thing goes beep, 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 and turns into maybe a jet bike or something. But again, I don't think they should be overpowered. It's more just a case of getting somebody behind enemy lines and maybe fast moving. Plus, I love the idea of all of the different layers of combat. So a tank will take on a tank, a dropship will dogfight with a dropship. Imagine, two scouters on jet bikes having the ability with some kind of electric lance. They could try and joust each other to get supremacy. I mean, oh my god, that would be so awesome. Don't know the mechanics of it, but CCP, you're awesome. Make that happen, please, go on. I'll sub more. I'll get another account. So I just think these, I'm big fan of Mountain Blade Warband. That was actually the Game of Thrones mod. I may even show some footage of that. It's a really old game though, so I don't know if anyone really gives a crap about it. But if you're looking for a really good game that you'll probably spend like $2 on, or a pittance on, but yet you'll play probably continually for months, I would say that Mountain Blade Warband is probably it. Now don't get confused, there's other games there, but the Game of Thrones mod is just epic, and that was actually who I was playing. I was fighting Riverland Raiders on behalf of the North, so but anyway, so I think in terms of Dust, everything seems to be going well. We're kind of tightening up our I'm going to use an old Eve meme here. We're tightening up our shot group. If you don't know what I mean, then you've never played Eve and you certainly didn't play Eve in maybe 2006. Anyway, it's an old meme that one of our trusted enemies used to use all the time, which was kind of a reference to them being elite soldiers or some crap like that. And really what it was about them saying, tighten up your game, get better, just coordinate in a better way. So begrudgingly, I probably accept it. Probably isn't a bad meme at all, to be honest with you. Anyway, what it means for us is effectively we're trying to sort out our corp. We've had a mass influx of people last few days, really, few weeks, to be honest. So if you are interested in joining, check out the videos. We're starting to do more of a commentary. So Joshua Evil 666 is our illustrious mighty leader CEO, and we did a kind of quick snippet of what his thoughts are around the corp. hopefully go and check it out, because I really do want to kind of emphasize that we are not like other corps. We're very meek, we're pretty humble, we just want to play a game. So Josh is a great CEO because he's completely egoless. So I've seen some emails, corp emails from other corps, and kind of the way that some people have joined us from other big corps as well, and they're kind of telling us how these corps are run, and some of it's shocking us, some of it's not, some of it's obviously looking very professional, and we're really impressed. And but some of the stuff we've seen from certain corps have just they've made us kind of go, oh, because we can't figure out how on earth somebody could take something that seriously, and how much people get scammed in these corps as well. Let me be very clear with you. If you join the Unholy Legion's Dark Star, we do not want a penny from you. Anybody who sells war bonds, anybody who sells, kind of shares or something without actually giving you a proper share in the corp, is probably scamming you. So I'm really sorry to say that if you're new to Dust, if you're new to the EVE universe from Dust, and you're only just learning this now, I'm really sorry. But please do not get scammed. If you join a corporation, you shouldn't really have to give any ISK to them, unless they have a policy where they do, they fund war, corp contracts from those kind of things, then fair enough. But at least then give it in that good will that you know that you're never going to get it back. And I've heard too many horror stories now of people who've sort of said, "Oh yeah, we'll sell you war bonds," and then when the corp's got some ISK, we'll sell. When we've done our planetary conquest, yada yada, we'll give it you back. Which, it's your risk. You do what you want with it. If you want to be scammed of it, then fair enough. But I heartily would recommend that. The reason I'm probably got a few quid in ISK in EVE is because I've never fallen for these kind of things. Your risk is your risk. You use it how you want it. And particularly in the Unholy Legion, we'll never ask you for risk. Why would we need your risk? We're pretty rich players. The directors themselves have got a lot of dust ISK, so we're alright. We don't need it. So please just be careful if you join other corps where they really do say, oh, give us your risk. We need this. Give us this. Just be really careful. Anyway, I've talked about that enough. This match we're playing here, I guess towards the end of the match I start to talk about it. That's pretty shoddy, isn't it? Anyway, I apologise for that. Anyway, this match was a real frustration to me because it was kind of like, the Unstoppable Force meets the Immovable Object kind of thing. Because it was two really good teams, equally skilled. I don't think you could put a wedge between us. We were really, really, that's it, equal. And I was using mostly prototype gear with, I think maybe once or twice I used other suits, but I was using my proto suit, so this is quite an expensive round for me. But this thing was, I think these matches, I think, are just going to summarise what the game's going to turn into, because what you are basically seeing here is two groups of players who are infinitely comfortable with the fits, suits and approach of the game. And it showed because both sides were really, excellent players. And as you see, the franticness of certain dogfights like this, this was probably not going my way, then all of a sudden, right out of nowhere. So, I got my ass saved a few times. But I love these kind of matches. They're frustrating. If ever you play with me, you'll probably hear me effing and jeffing like crazy through the map. But it's only because I'm really into it. I think if you didn't eff and jeff, if I didn't eff and jeff, then it would maybe mean that I'm pretty nonplussed about it. So there's been a few court battles lately, and a few of our corpies will know what I mean, where I've really lost it, because it's like, God, guys, come on. But that's just part of the game. It shows that you're really into it, and I think that look at it this way, PlanetSide 2 never made me do that. I played with a group, an outfit, and it was just like, so boring. So anyway, I think really certainly what you should try and do is get the most out of all the games you do. I think when you're redlined, or when you're being redlined, let's make it very clear, even if you are absolutely owning the other team, you're getting nothing from it. So you may think you're having fun, but matches like this are more fun. Look how close it is. It's a constant swap over. They were spawning in endless vehicles and tanks, which we just kept killing. This was actually a tank fail, or a fail kill, rather, because I just couldn't kill it. And then I sort of see it and I think, right, I've got you now. And I start throwing my AVs and I realise he's buggered off. So, bugger. So there's a lot of this kind of gameplay going on that I think is just the closest matches you could want. But we lost. But never mind. It doesn't really matter. If you won or lost, it's how you played the game. And I had a blast, and I really did. And look at the skill points there. It's pretty decent skill points. Not bad ISK. And in terms of kill deaths, 3128. Now, that's a lot of deaths because they were pretty much mostly exclusive. I mean, there's probably 6 prototype seats there, so kind of stupid. But again, at the end of the day, what else are you going to spend it on? So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time. Oh, and remember, petition CCP for jet bikes. We want our Return of the Jedi.